Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Monday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we do know that the Los Angeles Lakers were trying to ride the momentum into Portland, Oregon on yesterday. The momentum that they had by beating one of the West top teams and the NBA top teams, and that of the Memphis Grizzlies, that they completed their victory, I believe, on Friday night. So they were coming in on Sunday night on the road before they come back home to face the Clippers on Tuesday, which we'll talk about that here in just a bit. But the Lakers came and they said it was Dame time, but instead the Lakers said, no, it is shame time, baby, because it will not be a victory for the Portland Trailblazers on this night. And I said it. The Lakers got down by 25. I know a lot of people may have turned off their TVs, may have started watching some NFL highlights, but me, myself, and I said, no, I must stick to the job, continue watching this game. And I had a lot of confidence in the Lakers, especially when FanDuel came on there and said Lakers plus 21 when they was down by 25. I said, even if the Lakers don't win this game, they're not going to lose by 21 or more points. So let me go ahead and rake up a little bit of bread. And that's what I did. So I hope you all did too. So please watch it during the game and make your money if indeed you can. But all that being said, of course, before I can get it, there was two great performers tonight. On yesterday, there was two great performers, and we all know who they were. Not decided on who I could get a game ball to, LeBron James or either Thomas Bryant. Maybe both of them get a couple game balls, and they are well deserved. And LeBron James, let's speak on him first, because what he continues to do at 38 years old is, like I said, nothing short of fantastic. He had 37 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He was 14 out of 24. Should have had some more assists, but of course we know Lakers don't have a lot of knockdown shooters at this present time, especially missing the likes of an Austin Reeves and a Lonnie Walker. Hoping to get Austin Reeves back in the coming days, along with, of course, Anthony Davis, which we'll talk about that in just a bit too. But LeBron James, 58% on the night. He was only 2 out of 7 from 3, but he was a plus 17 on the floor, which is simply amazing. And what he keeps doing to carry the load for the Lakers, he simply cannot be denied. Getting to the rack on yesterday, in fast break, in half court, it's a different story. Now, in half court, teams are going to load up on LeBron James. They're going to bring sometimes triple teams, but most definitely a double team. So to be 38 years old and still demanding a double team, that's just crazy within itself. But of course, LeBron James always knows who to find. And as the Lakers role players get better, then teams are not going to always double down on coming to double team LeBron James. But of course, he does always make that right basketball decision, as we do know. But Thomas Bryant, can't speak enough about what he did on yesterday. I mean, some of the putback dunks were amazing. A lot of these plays weren't drawn up for Thomas Bryant. They did do some pick and roll that were designed for him at times, but for the most part, Thomas Bryant was getting a lot of offensive rebounds and a lot of putbacks, and was able to really get the Lakers a shot in the arm. I remember one play in particular where Troy Brown was going up for the shot on a very nice pass, I believe, from Russell Westbrook. And what happened, he got a shot blocked. It was an amazing play by the Portland player. I can't remember who got a piece of that, but knocked it back. But Johnny on the spot was Thomas Bryant there with the amazing putback, and he slammed it down with authority, because I think he was upset on the previous play where they had called him for a foul, which he thought was a phantom foul. I thought he was going to mess around and get a tech, because he was just doing a little bit too much. But anyway, with all that being said, Thomas Bryant finished the night with 31, 14, and 1. Just 31, 14, and 1. If you just take a look at that, I mean, Thomas Bryant was a plus 22 on the floor. And I know a lot of people, including myself, had been down on Thomas Bryant, and his minutes had started to go down some and more increase to Wayne and Gabriel, which I feel like, is just a difference, because when you're dealing with the Los Angeles Lakers, you're going to have different role players who can step in and step up. And Wayne and Gabriel actually, matched up better in some instances for other centers, because with drop coverage, especially in a pick and roll situation, Thomas Bryant has not been the best as far as being a defender of the rim. A lot of people are getting by him too easily and getting to the basket. And I'm not talking about other big men necessarily. I'm talking about guards who are getting around him and getting to the rim and getting, using the basket as a shield to them and making it to where he can't get in position to be able to block the shots. And that had been becoming an issue for Thomas Bryant. But we're seeing, what he brought on yesterday was good enough because the Lakers needed points and they didn't need defense. For some reason, I don't recall, the Portland Trailblazers doing a whole lot of plays down in the paint as much as taking all those threes, because from threes, we know Portland took 86 3-point shots. I'm sorry, no, that was for the game. The Portland Trailblazers took 46 3-point shots, 46. Now imagine they took 86. That's crazy. No, they took 86 shots for the game. They took 46 3-point shots. They was 17 out of 46 at 37%. The Lakers were 10 out of 30 for a respectable 33%. What I like about that is the Lakers did not do what they were doing before, which was a recipe for disaster, is getting involved in a 3-point contest with another team that likes to shoot a lot of threes. They stuck to their game by continuing to attack the rim. And if you look at overall field goal percentage for the Los Angeles Lakers, you're looking at 45 out of 86 for 52%, whereas Portland, 37 out of 86 for 43%. So, the Lakers shot a much higher percentage. They had pretty much the same amount of shot attempts, unless, of course, I mistook my notes. If that's the case, feel free to put it down in the comments. But regardless, the main point is the Lakers stuck to the game plan and they continue to execute and get points in the paint. And going back to what I was saying, a lot of that is due to LeBron James. Like I said, in the half court, they're going to continue to load up on him. But when it comes to transition basketball, that's why he's leading the NBA at age 38 in fast break points. And once he gets downhill and makes up in his mind on a fast break, and he understands that because in transition defense is very different than just half court defense. And sometimes you get a loose ball, you get a block, you're coming down the court very quickly and people get out of place and they can't match up well and you can't leave people open. So LeBron James takes advantage of that and he gets to the rim quickly. And if you run with him, he's going to make a good pass to be able to complete the fast break or get his head down and get to the basket. And nobody wants to get in front of the freight train that of LeBron James. So what I'm saying is, still the best at basketball to get to the basket. That's saying a lot at that age. We know he needs some 200 some odd points now to pass the cap. Kareem, the Lakers all-time, NBA all-time great. And a lot of people, let me touch on this for a second. A lot of people don't give Kareem the respect that he deserves, because if you even put up his numbers, even next to that of the great Michael Jordan, you're going to see that Kareem not only has more points, he has the same amount of championships. He actually has more MVPs, if I'm not mistaken. So Kareem, he highly gets overlooked a lot of times. He didn't get into the coaching realm. We won't get into the politics and things of that nature. And of course, his personality and things like that could have helped, because he wanted to be involved in basketball. He wanted to be an assistant coach. He wanted to be a head coach, but it just simply was not to be. And I won't say he was, blackballed or whatever, but at the end of the day, Kareem, he just, in many people's eyes, because he wasn't flashy enough and only had that sky hook, said that he is not the GOAT. But I can make a very good case. And I know you guys seen my top countdown of best players. So with all that being said, if you haven't, go take a look. And as a matter of fact, last summer, I didn't even get to 1, 2, and 3, I don't believe. So I'm going to actually pick that up, but at another time. So if you can, just please go look at my top 30. That'll get you down to that countdown and we'll build back up to that. But anyway, got to give props. Somebody that I failed to mention so far is Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, 24, 6, and 8, 36 minutes. And that's something I want to focus on. So let me pause and back up from Dennis Schroeder for a minute and go back to the minutes. Like I said, Thomas Bryant, 33 minutes on yesterday. He had only been getting 17, 18 minutes a game. The last time, I don't know if any of you all know, but the last time that Thomas Bryant even cracked 30 minutes was January the 7th in the victory against the Kings. So you're talking about almost 3 weeks since Thomas Bryant had been over 30 minutes a game. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Dennis Schroeder, 36 minutes he played last night. And I bring up his minutes is because if you look at Westbrook, I think Westbrook only had 25 minutes. He wasn't playing exceptionally well last night. And of course, Dennis Schroeder was putting excellent on-ball pressure on Damian Lillard and Anthony Simons. And I'm telling you what, the defense that Pat Bev and Dennis Schroeder played was nothing short of amazing. And I know a lot of Laker fans are probably upset with Pat Bev at halftime, like, oh, you done woke up the beast in Dame Dollar. You chirping at him. You got the technical foul. You walking up at him on the free throw line. You luckily that, he didn't get a double T or anything like that to get ejected, because Pat Bev did do his thing last night and did his job for what he came here for, to get paid for, and that's to play good backcourt defense on opposing guards, and that's what he did last night. He was a menace, and he was a big part of the comeback. If you look at the stat sheet, Pat Bev only gave you 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists, but he was a +3 on the floor, which is always good, which means he's playing good defense. But if you look at the minutes of what Dennis Schroeder did, Dennis Schroeder gave you 24, 6, and 8. If he can continue to be effective, then the Lakers are going to be a load for a lot of teams in the West. And I'm telling you, Dennis Schroeder, he had 4 or 5 good games, and he had 2 or 3 bad games. But if he can get consistent and give you, even if he gave you 17, 18 a game, then that's going to be enough for the Lakers to win ball games. Because, everybody want to say Russell Westbrook, get him out of here, this and that. There's such a reactionary people now, on Twitter and everything else. But if you look at it, Russell Westbrook was a big part of that Memphis victory. He's doing his job excellent. I know last night probably really hurt his 6th man of the year candidacy, as far as if you look at the point per game, because if you only go out there, I think Westbrook only had 6 points, but of course 8 assists, which was good because he constantly finds, people on nice looks as far as pick and roll, even on transition. I mean, Russell Westbrook really gets the job done when it comes to that. So I myself would like to see him stay to the end of the season, especially if he doesn't come back. He's going to come off the books. That's going to free up a lot of cap space for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm telling you what, the Lakers pulling out that victory yesterday was fantastic. Even though we looked, and the Lakers, I won't say they necessarily need help from other teams. They just have to, like I said, beat who's in front of them. They proved that they can beat the Memphis Grizzlies of the world. They proved that they can beat Portland Trailblazers. They proved that they can beat the Milwaukee Bucks on the road, which they have done. And now when Anthony Davis comes back, LeBron James said he's not going to change the way he's playing. He's going to continue to get better. And when Anthony Davis comes back, that's going to anchor the defense, and that's going to make the Lakers a very dangerous team. So the only thing we can hope that Anthony Davis can come back and get healthy and remain healthy. That's going to be key. Come back, maybe let the Lakers get above 500. I say then sit them. I hate to say it, sit them into the playoffs, man. That way he can come into the playoffs healthy. You have to have him coming into the playoffs healthy. And I did say playoffs. And the Lakers, like I said, beat everybody in front of them. I know yesterday Memphis did not help the Lakers out. They lost to the Suns 110 to 112. If they could have won that, you saw, and just see what that victory did for the Suns. All of a sudden, the past 2 victories, it bumps you that much up in the standings, because, like I'm telling everybody, seeds 7 through 10, which is through the play-in tournament, even seed number 6 is all up for grabs. I would say 5. Eventually will be 2. And if the Lakers put together their own 2-game win streak, I said the other day, if they can put together 5 or 6-game win streak, then they could do that. Now we see Paul George and Kawhi Leonard have been back. They put the smackdown on Dallas yesterday, which that didn't help the Lakers either, because we wanted the Clippers to lose. But, they're playing great, so that's going to be a good game Tuesday night. To me, I wish Anthony Davis, that would be the game he would come back for. But I have faith in Thomas Bryant and how he matches up with Zubac. So these are one of those type games in which I feel that Thomas Bryant can be effective, just like he was in Portland on yesterday. But another team that didn't help us out, OKC. You see what they keep doing. They beat the Denver Nuggets 101 to 99. And I started to place a bet on that game, and I didn't get a chance to. But, OKC 101, Denver 99. Had OKC lost that game, then LA would have moved in front of them. But at the end of the day, Lakers got the Clips Tuesday. I think they got, the Spurs or maybe the Rockets. It's not such a great team on back-to-back nights, so we know how LeBron James can get his rest against the Clippers. Hopefully he won't have to play too many minutes. They're going to match up well against them regardless, because, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George coming back. I think LeBron James is going to want to step up. All his teammates are going to want to step up. If Dennis Schroeder, I'm calling it right now, if Dennis Schroeder can go out and get you double digits, if Westbrook can go out and get you double digits, and the Lakers can not have a lot of turnovers, and that was key. The Lakers have had a game with 2 turnovers, broke a franchise record, been keeping the turnovers down to single digits. And what got them behind last night, I think they had 12 turnovers in the first half, but then in the second half, 0 turnovers. Took care of the ball. I think LeBron maybe had 3 or 4 turnovers. Westbrook maybe 3 or 4, but at the end of the day, that was it. The Nets beat the Warriors. The Warriors back out of that top 6 again and down into the 9th or 10th again, barely hanging on to play in. Nobody's on the Warriors' head like they should be. The Warriors have still not yet to win on the road. The Warriors, a crazy stat is the Warriors have not beat a team above 500 this year. So if a team was above 500, they have not won. And Kyrie outplayed Steph on yesterday and took them to a victory in their home. So, and the Golden State Warriors have been whole for the most part. So, and even got rested there recently on the road. So to me, that's signs of danger for Golden State. Everybody wants to pick them. And, of course, in the playoffs, they will be dangerous just because of what they're capable of doing and being a veteran team that they are. They are not going to be afraid. Do you understand me? But at the end of the day, I'm putting my money on the Lakers because, and it's not just me being exuberant and motivated because this is, I'm a big Lakers and LeBron James fan. That's not it. I'm trying to be as biased as possible. And I keep telling everybody the Lakers are not whole. Let them get whole first and then make a judgment. But Darvin Ham has done a great job of developing team chemistry for the Lakers. Imagine the horrible start that they started out with, which I think was 2-10, 0-5, then 2-10. That's a big hurdle to come up out of, and they've done so, and they've become very competitive. All of their games have been competitive. You thought they would get blown out last night, but they showed heart and resiliency, and they came back and did what they had to do. And a quick, fun stat for you all: no team has ever lost a quarter by 32 points, which the Lakers lost their second quarter by 32 points and come back to win until yesterday. So it's a first time for everything. And at the end of the day, they held Damian Lillard to 24 points. He was 3 out of 13 from 3 due to phenomenal defense of, Pat Bev and the Lakers just closing out in general. And then, Anthony Simons, he did his thing, 31 points, 7 out of 13 from 3. Big ups to him. Great player in Anthony Simons. When McCullough went to New Orleans, you thought that would devastate them, but the pickup of Anthony Simons, that's been a great pick for them, and it's working out well. So, kudos to Portland. Maybe we see them in the playoffs, maybe we won't, but at the end of the day, the Lakers going to keep on laking, you understand me? So we're going to say right on to the real. Much love to the haters. Man, we appreciate you joining in today. I got some new things coming up. I know some people asked about some things. I want to be responding to that in the comments the best I can. And as always, if you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, and as always, right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.